One of the biggest things I see men struggle with is guilt and shame over things they have no control over. This usually stems from having an emotionally immature parent who placed all the responsibility of their emotional well-being on him as a child. Now, instead of being able to clearly distinguish what is his responsibility versus not, he takes it all on his shoulders because that's the only way he perceives the world as safe. This type of pressure usually leads to needing to have control and perfectionism, but constantly perpetuates the cycle of self-shame and guilt because he's constantly trying to solve these problems that he has no control over and that he cannot solve because they're not his problems to solve.
Yeah, what she's talking about is toxic shame. And for anybody out there, there's a great book called Healing the Shame That Binds You that talks about this. And it's a heavy read, but I recommend it to anybody. But it's that toxic shame that is constantly with us, where we're always feeling like anything that's wrong is our fault. And that comes from our childhood. When the parent is inattentive, the child interprets that, the young child interprets that he or she has done something wrong, and that's why the parent has gone away. And so you get that dynamic, but guess what? It gets frozen in your psyche and starts to play out in your modern day relationship. And so if his woman is upset, and a lot of these nice guys immediately go to that supposition that it's their fault. And unfortunately, it's an adaptation from their childhood that they needed to survive that has unfortunately stayed alive into their adult relationships. And really, this can be super corrosive, because a guy that feels like everything's his fault, he's immediately going to go into his full shame response. And he's not going to be there open-hearted and feeling his woman's pain, which is what she's craving for. He's going to shut down and get defensive, because it almost becomes a matter of life and death, like it kind of felt like when he was a little kid.